to Love Always Self. I'm Shira.
Hi, y'all. I'm Karista.
And today we are going to talk about how to find and practice solitude in your home when you don't live alone. But first, we would like to make an announcement or have a couple announcements. Um, First and foremost, we have started a Patreon.
Yay!
Yay! So,
If you don't know what Patreon is, it is like a monthly subscription service to gain access to other offerings that we help produce and provide to our audience. And you can now find that on our website at lovealwaysself.com. And you can sign up through there, and that'll take you to the Patreon website.
yes, navigate to our site, Higher Self tab, and then scroll on down. And we'll give you a couple of Mount Glass messages or some freebies in there. And then, if you'd like to see more of that content and information, that is available on our Patreon. Um, in our Patreon, we have two different tiers. The first tier gives you, of course, all Patreon exclusive content and then an archive of all Mount Glass messages, which is masters, teachers, guides, loved ones, angels, self, and source. So these are channeled messages that we do. And then, of course, and that's a dream tier, which is $5 per month. And then for evolve tier, which is $10 per month, is includes everything that the dream tier includes, but we also added a monthly 3-card pull for the collective, where we will create content of those 3 oracle or tarot deck cards that we feel give you a lot of information that we're getting from our guides or our Mount Glass team and what that card details or those cards detail. And of course, you still get the archived of Mount Glass messages. So, yeah.
And our second announcement is we are super excited to announce that we are having a holiday giveaway.
Woo
So,
woo.
yeah, free gifts. So, we have created a post announcing this giveaway. So, how you enter is by liking the page and sharing the post, and you will automatically be entered into this drawing for some free swag that we are providing from Picasso Jasper. And we're super excited about this company. Lots of really cute clothes and crystals and jewelry, and really just a neat group of people that have created this company as well. So if you haven't checked them out previously, we encourage you to also look at their website, picassojasper.com, and start liking and sharing today, because that will again enter you into our drawing, which will happen on Christmas, and we will announce the winner on Christmas Day as well.
So pumped. So pumped. And please, whenever, just so you know, for our Patreon, and I almost forgot to tell you guys this, the first 5 people that signs up for our Patreon will actually receive a one-on-one Mount Glass message. So we'll send something very personalized from our Mount Glass team, which is channeled message, directly to you. So thank you for signing up in advance. So we
And
appreciate
thank
you.
you for supporting us, because this is really a way to keep us going as well, and being able to continue to provide content to you, our audience, and our loving listeners. So thank you for all the love and support.
Yes. All
All
right.
right.
To the topic.
Jinx. So, we are living with spouses, and maybe you don't have a spouse, but maybe you have a roommate or a partner that you live with. And sometimes we can find that there can be some barriers or roadblocks that we need to overcome to create a space for ourselves to connect with and align with peace and calm and gratitude and love and all those other joyful vibrations. So, how do we practice doing that when we have other people's energy within the home with us?
Yeah, or you could have roommates, or there could be children involved,
Hmm. Hmm.
or like more. closely to adult children, like in my situation,
Or
um,
even elderly parents
or
that you might be
parents.
caring
Yeah,
for. Hmm.
yeah, different relatives, those kind of things for sure. And that definitely creates a tough environment sometimes to try and find that solitude and practice the things that we always talk about practicing, like
Hmm. Hmm.
meditation, or even if you're not even trying to practice any sort of spirituality or spiritual practice whatsoever, and you just need a moment to yourself, or you need more than a moment to yourself, you need like a half a day or a day. um how do we try and calm down and not be or feel like we're in a world of chaos
Hmm.
in our
Hmm.
day-to-day lives, in our own homes and spaces?
Yeah. Because sometimes it feels loud, even if there's not like a TV or music going, like the energy itself, it just feels loud, and I don't want to say invasive, but intrusive. Just, it can be hard to find that sense of peace and really align with it
Yeah,
when we're getting distracted in a way
for sure.
with the energy around us. Yeah.
And real talk, I mean, I'm the kind of person that when I want to be relaxed or calm, I am very vocal about, like, hey, I need my personal space. I need my time, my downtime. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go sit in the room. You guys do whatever you want to do. I'm just in here in my own bubble for the next several hours or whatever. And I do set those expectations with my family, and it's highly encouraged to be sure to do that. But I have a hard time when there's chaos and a lot of active energy around me. I have a hard time just calming down, even though I'm being given that space that I've asked for.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
just,
Uh, and
yeah,
and you mentioned that it's when the people in the household are active and moving around, you have a hard time being still and present in the stillness. And I recognize for me, even when my spouse is in a state of calm and peace, I still struggle with aligning with that and not feeling like I have to be doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, how do we get ourselves to practice letting go of the to dos,
Mhm.
letting go of I need to be doing something, and just sitting still and
Yeah.
and just being calm and allowing yourself to actually relax?
One of the first thing that comes up in my mind is validating. So validating the maybe nervous or anxious energy within and saying, "Okay, I recognize that I am feeling this energy and I would like to align with peace and calm." But first, validating so we're not just trying to ignore it and divert our energy because we're still experiencing that energy, even if we're not acknowledging it. So, taking a moment to acknowledge um, and then reaffirming that it's okay to let that energy not be the leading factor in what you are choosing to do in this moment.
So your first course of action, and I'm 100% in agreement with this, would be to catch yourself in the fact that you are trying to create to-dos
Mm-hmm.
while you're actually trying to create a state of being chill.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even imagine how many times I've personally done this, where I didn't even bring my awareness to the fact that I was doing it, right? So, as an example, last night or yesterday, I was just chilling. I was like, today I'm not doing anything. I'm going to set my intentions to today. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to watch a bunch of junk, shows that I freaking love. And I'm not going to list them because, whatever, no judgment here. So I'm just going to sit here and binge watch a bunch of shows, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to stay in my PJs all day, maybe go outside for a minute to let Webster out, or like breathe in fresh air. But that's really like, I didn't even feel like doing that. I just wanted to be indoors in my own little sitch. And then I would catch myself just constantly like, oh, I could go to Target. Or, oh, I wanted to go get this thing at this store. Oh, I need to go to the grocery shopping. Oh, I need to do my meal prepping. Oh, I started creating this like activities in all these activities in my head. Like, why am I just chilling on my day off when I can go do all these things, Or I need to call my parents, or I need to, go play with our website stuff, or like
Mm.
whatever. Like I could have been doing all that stuff, but I was literally just running through all this list of stuff to do. And it was then and there where I caught myself like, body, what do you need?
Mm.
What do you need though? Like, yes, you can go do all this stuff. Yes, it is completely okay if that's the choices you want to make, but body, what do you need? And my body was just straight up like, bitch, you need to chill. You need to just lay there, like,
I need to
so
just be.
I need to just be, right? So but it was the part of being aware to just ask yourself that, right? Like just hone in on the fact that you are creating all that
Yeah. Mhm.
chaos in your head
Mhm.
and these to-dos in your head and all the things that you need to like buzz around and be in control of at all times, right? Um
I, something came up in my head that I share with my patients a lot, is that we have this idea in our head that when we are resting, when we are relaxing, we are being lazy and we're not doing anything. So, creating awareness around the fact that when we are choosing rest, we are choosing the activity of resting and relaxing and, giving back to ourselves. And so, remembering that when we're resting, that's still an activity that we're choosing to do. And then something else that popped in, um, yesterday, I had a morning where I had some quiet time available, and I went through the same thing where I was like, okay, I can get this done and I can go to the grocery store, and then I'll get back in time where I'll still have an hour to just relax before my husband gets home. So I did not prioritize myself and my quiet time and my meditation time, and I went to the grocery store instead. And when I came back home, those plans changed. So I ended up having a guest come over unexpectedly. And now I am without, that time to just be and connect with and synchronize with rest and peace and calm and gratitude and love. And so remembering how important it is to prioritize ourself and our needs in creating this space.
and when you do that, like the example you gave, when you find yourself in a place where you're like it starts to build regret
Mm.
towards something in the past and you're no longer present. You're now sitting back where you were at that moment thinking, "Damn it, I should have done this other thing that I wanted to do at that point to give myself
Mhm.
that peace and solidarity," right? And and now you're in this other moment that's creating new, right? Or being newly
Like right now.
created, like
Yeah.
right now.
This moment.
Right. This exact
No, this one.
this no, I'm talking
No,
about like
this
right
one.
meow.
No, this one.
And but now your thoughts are still back in the past of when you
Mhm.
should have done something else, and that's
Mhm.
creating resistance,
Mhm.
which is
And
creating discomfort
anxiety.
and
Mhm.
anxiety and discomfort and things of that nature, right? So it's nicer to yourself to just go ahead and listen to you at that exact moment of, hey, at this moment, I'm asking myself, what do you need? And
Mhm.
if your needs are, well, if I get all this stuff done, I'll feel better. Sure, that's okay. But ask it again. Body, not ego, not mind. Body,
Mhm.
what do you need? And if your body
I
comes back and tells
yes.
you you need to chill, chill.
And a note on that is our brain, our ego speaks a lot louder than our body. So taking a moment to sit quietly with your body and listen for its response. And I know that sounds silly, but we're serious when we say, ask your body, hey, body, what do you need in this moment? And then sit quietly and recognize what comes up from your body. And that may be something as simple as I need a drink of water, or I need to rest my eyes for 5 minutes, or I need to stretch my right arm. It could be whatever, whatever tickles its fancy in the moment, and then honor that, but recognize that our body will speak a lot quieter until it needs to get your attention. And then it's going to yell at you, and it's going to yell at you with inflammation, with pain, with discomfort. And we would like to avoid that. We would like to avoid experiencing that, which is why it's so important to stay connected with your body proactively so we can avoid those dis-eases within the body.
Yeah, and that's something I didn't learn until I learned it the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
when my body was clearly, and if I go back and I think about all the things that my body was trying to tell me back then, before I went through half the like unfortunate situations that I've gone through, and I've asked myself, what do I need? And I now do this, by the way, just like to slightly digress from what I was saying, but like I actually do this now when I need to eat or if I'm thirsty. Um, Sometimes in the mornings I'll say, Shira, what do you need today? Like, would you like coffee? Would you like tea? Or do you like water? Because I suck at drinking water, 95% of the time I hear water in my head and I'm just like, okay, so let me chug a glass of water. Like,
I was thought you were going to say, okay, so coffee.
but then ego overtakes it and it's like coffee, like, yeah. So it's more of the want versus need.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yes, I mean, that's, you can do this like not even just with like needing to relax and things of that nature. You can also practice this doing it with what do you want to eat? Because your body will tell you. You'll actually like just think of the first thing that pops in your head when you say that, right? Like, or when you ask that question, hey, body, what do I need today? Like right now, the first thing I'm hearing is strawberries, like, okay,
Some
cool.
vitamin C.
Right. So like, like that's, it's kind of a fun game when you first start
Yeah.
practicing with it. You actually like start to really enjoy this little like game that you play with yourself to like figure out what it is that your body actually needs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then you'll start to recognize the more egoic thought processes too.
Yeah,
Um,
kicking in and going, oh, but go put this away. Go put the laundry away first. No, go pee.
right.
Release those toxins first. The laundry will still be there after you go pee.
Dude, you said something to me, what was it, yesterday or the day
Friday.
before?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it I don't know why I never thought of this, but like you and I were talking because Carrie and I meet every Friday and just do like admin stuff. And we were talking and I was like, oh, I haven't like peed all day. I've been stuck in meetings all day and da da da. And you like looked at me, you're like, you need to go use the restroom like right now. Put me on
And
hold. And I was like,
and you even said, no, 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 it's fine. I'll be okay for a few more minutes. And I said, why are you holding on to these toxins?
and as soon as you said that, I was like, ew, okay. I never thought of it like that. That's disgusting. I'll be right back.
And as a nurse, we're really bad about that too, because our priority is patients, especially if you're working in a hospital. So many people in my profession tend to prioritize everything in the external environment over their bodies. Now, of course, that is an unfortunate, scheduling issue. We'll call it that. Um, but you need to take care of your body so you can continue to do the other active things in life. So let's get back to creating space or finding solitude
Yeah.
within the household. So, if at all possible, trying to find a calm space within the house that you can retreat to find solitude. And even if you don't have extra spaces, it may just be your bedroom, and being able to verbalize your needs with the others in the household. So, communication is important.
Hugely important.
And that is our way of setting boundaries and expectations. And it's not about having a debate or trying to convince somebody of your needs. It is just creating an understanding. So we would like the other people around us to understand that we're doing something to take care of ourselves that is needed so that we can be our best selves in this life.
Yep.
So I
Absolutely.
think, yeah, communication is a huge factor in that. And again, it's about, informing to help the other parties understand rather than trying to start a debate or an argument, because everybody has their own needs. Like I
Right.
am very much an introvert. I regenerate, from quiet time, from spending time with myself. And my husband is very much an extrovert. And so there are many times when extroverts may not understand the needs of introverts.
Yep.
And it may require a little bit more conversation and deep diving into why, so that you can create a better understanding between the two of you. It's not about judgment, it's about love.
Yep. And that's so it's so interesting because like my husband, he's like you, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
I do call him though. I'm like I think you're like a occasional introvert or more often occasional introvert because
Well, you can be an outgoing introvert.
right, right. So I think he prefers the introverted side of him than the extrovert, but he's definitely an extrovert at cage. Anyway, digressing. I'm definitely the extrovert. So me and your partner are very much alike in the way we communicate and spend our activity time, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um I don't think I have as much energy as him though, but that's okay.
Oh my
So,
gosh,
I'm
he's an
older.
energizer bunny.
But anyway, um, so I think that it's important, and this is something that I learned in my own relationship that I think it's very important to not exactly what you're saying, but how you're saying it.
Hmm.
So being mindful of how you're expressing the time that you need. So it's not like, yo, you were really bothering the shit out of me, get out of here. Like it's more like, hey, I actually really need time to myself because I need to recharge. There's ways that you can say that. You know how your partner
Hmm.
is. Like there's ways
Yeah.
that you can communicate with them that'll you'll actually get your point across without causing an argument.
And I acknowledge that, this is something that I'm still working on, at being comfortable and confident in setting my boundaries, and my needs, stating those out loud without going into the conversation in a defensive mode.
Mm,
And I
yeah.
recognize that when I am more depleted, I have a hard time not going into it with that defensive nature.
Yeah.
And so I really have to kind of like, okay, he loves me, he accepts me, I need this, and he wants what's best for me. So I should be able to say these things in a calm state, stating what I need without feeling like I'm going to be attacked
Right.
or given a hard time or judged,
Right.
you know? And am I just judging myself to begin with?
Oh, the mind tricks.
Oh, the mind. Oh, the
Oh, the
ego.
mind tricks. Oh my gosh. It's interesting. I I just got distracted by a notification on my phone because I have this app that I what is it called? I'm trying to remember. It is called CoStar.
Hmm.
And I just got this notification that says ask yourself if you have to feel stuck forever or if there is a bridge that will let you move on,
Ooh, interesting.
right?
Yeah.
Um we could dive into a really big discussion just about that alone, but
Just feeling stuck. Yeah.
just feeling stuck, right? And this is something that I've been thinking about too is like during all the times of, the VID situation, like and everyone being stuck at home. Yes, we have to say it like that. And everyone being stuck at home, it is increasingly more I feel like needed because we have now settled into habits of being with ourselves a lot more often and with our family and partner a lot more often than what we might have done before, with
Mhm.
all the distractions that we had going on in our lives before, the going abouts and doing all of this and doing all that and going to the job and spending time in the car. Like, you're, especially for some of us that are working from home still, like, we're with our partners and our family a lot longer than we would have been prior, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So that adds an additional layer to me. Like, that adds an additional layer of like, I need to retreat. you know,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
I need to have a little bit more of this time to myself. So anyway,
Yeah. Gosh, there was something I was going to say and it just went poof.
sorry.
Oh no.
Just talking. Yeah.
um, yeah. Okay. Well, the thought was not meant to be spoken, I suppose, at this time.
I had a lot of that going on before we first started.
Oh, I remember. So, you mentioned a lot of distractions, and I think that that is something that has kept us from taking the time in the past to focus on ourselves. So, yes, pre
VID. Yeah.
that thing, um, 2 years ago, we used to, move around a lot more and interact a lot more outside of our homes. And we were able to do a lot more distracting activities that, may have actually given back to us. Whereas now, we are not as free moving through society as we were 2 years ago. So instead of finding space to, do the inner work, we've been utilizing our home distracting activities. So having our quiet time, some people may feel good taking that quiet time to watch TV or do those distracting activities, but also remembering that there's a time and a place for that, and to heal and release some of those anxious energies. We really need to spend time doing the regenerative activities versus distracting activities. So, those are like meditating and maybe a little bit of fitness, movement with our body, doing breath work, mindfulness, doing grounding, maybe planting, doing some gardening, stuff like that. So, in those times, remembering to take time for yourself to do those things.
I absolutely love that. And of course, grounding. You and I, we have an entire episode about grounding. If you want to go watch
Mhm,
that, please
mhm,
feel free. We'll link it below. But like, it's grounding is so key to, and it can be utilized for that self care time and that
mhm,
solitude time that you're needing. So,
mhm.
highly recommend that. Going for a walk
Yes.
is pretty big. If
Super simple.
you know, if you like to walk in the rain, because, some people are like, oh, well, it's raining outside. Grab the umbrella. Don't get sick, please. But yes, like, be mindful of like, lightning, those kind of things. But we encourage practicing safety. Um, I sometimes will go for a drive. I'll just get in my
Mhm.
car and I'll just go for a drive, and finding like little places that I'll just go park and see something scenic. Uh,
Yeah.
I'll do that as well if I don't feel
Like
like
out by the
walking.
lake. Mhm.
hmm
Mhm.
There's also creating sacred spaces,
Mhm.
whether it's just a nook in your home or corner, or it's an actual, if you're, fortunate enough to have your own office, and creating those types of sacred spaces for yourself.
Mhm.
Um,
And we actually have a Pinterest board. If you didn't know, we're on Pinterest. And we have a board on there about creating that meditation space or that, sanctuary
yep.
as well. So check out those pins.
Oh, thank you. I kind of forgot we did that. So good one, Carrie. So
I try.
just saying. So yeah, so I mean that those are all like different ways that you can try to help yourself find solitude. I'm not gonna lie, purchasing my headphones with noise canceling was
Mm.
probably the best idea I've ever had. Um, and just turning on that noise cancellation feature in my headphones and just sitting, and even if I'm sitting at my desk in my office and just closing my eyes
Yeah.
and doing my breath work, that itself is just like, whew, amazing.
You know,
So,
I just thought about like the Buddhist monks and everything, how they practice that um, mental peace and soul solitude amongst the chaos.
oh my gosh.
Oh, hashtag goals.
I
That's all I got with that.
can't tell you how many times I've tried to do meditation and then the dog starts barking, or somebody comes in and out of the house, or there's some crash, or like whatever, crash of like dishes or something like that. And I'm just like thinking to myself, why is this happening? Like what? And you know what's interesting is when I first started tapping into that question as to why am I always being interrupted when I'm trying
Mhm.
this, and instead of feeling the frustration from it, I just decided to sit with it. Why is this happening? And the first thing that came to me was, you're being tested on being able to stay calm within, even though that there's distractions around you.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, snap. Okay, let's try this. Hasn't
Yeah.
worked out very well for me
Yeah.
yet so far, but still
You
practicing.
know, there's lots of yeah, time for practice in life, right?
Right.
That's what this is about is practice so we can, you know, have soul growth.
Just being honest.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but it's good to acknowledge that, you know,
Yeah.
cuz so many of us have this idea that meditation has to be done in a quiet space. And the whole goal of it is to align with peace so much that you maintain that peace even in chaos.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
I'm going to get there. Yeah. That struggle bus is
Eventually.
real, but like, I'm going to get there. It's going to be like, I'm going to
It's
be
worth
that
being on
monk.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, how does she stay so calm all the time? I'd be like, dude, practice.
um.
Side eye.
Uh-huh.
Practicing that side eye. That's that look of leave me alone. Got it.
Mm,
Awesome.
awesome. Oh, jinx again.
We're on it today. I love it. I love it.
Oh, all right. So, validate, communicate, set your boundaries, state your needs, listen to your body, connect with yourself, take time for yourself, do it with love, releasing any judgment, and good luck at doing it in chaos. No, ha ha. Ha. And I think most importantly, remembering to prioritize yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It all starts with you.
It all starts with you. Absolutely. So again, Patreon, go to our website, lovealwaysself.com. Check it out on the Mount Glass page. And remember, the first 5 to sign up for the Patreon gets what?
Gets a Mount Glass personalized message.
You get personalized Mount Glass message from either Shira or Karista. So it may be both. And then we are doing our holiday giveaway. So don't forget to like the page and share the post. And that will enter you into our drawing to be done on Christmas Day and will be announced on Christmas Day. And again, we'll be giving away some really awesome gifts from Picasso Jasper, and check them out if you haven't. And
Love
I hope
them.
you guys have a beautiful day and enjoy each moment, even in the chaos, finding the beauty and the peace within.
And don't forget to love first
Love last.
and love always.
All
We nailed it. Awesome. Okay. Bye.
right. Y'all have a great day. Hey, listener, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us in this moment. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and we look forward to our next connection.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to stay notified of new content from Love Always Self. If you have any questions or topics you'd like for us to discuss, please hit us up on any of our social media platforms linked in the show notes below.
I'm Karista.
And I'm Shira.
And until next time, remember to love first,
love last, and love always.
Love Always Self podcast is meant for entertainment purposes only. We do not make any warranties about the completeness, reliability, and accuracy of the information presented in this podcast. Any action you choose to take upon the information in this podcast is strictly done so at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses and damages in connection with the use of our podcast. Any and all medical concerns should be addressed with a licensed healthcare provider, as well as any questions that may be derived from the information discussed in this podcast.